Everyone has people in their lives that they can attribute a great amount of success to. Brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, mothers, fathers. And while all of these people have contributed a great amount to my success, I'm not here to speak about them today. No, in fact, I'm here to speak of a woman I only knew for a brief period of about 2 hours. Within these 2 hours, I learned a little bit about her, and more importantly, I learned about myself. Within this encounter, again, I discovered something that I had never realized I even did, something that I did every single day. I'm going to introduce you to Miss Carrie and the brief bit that I know about her and the lessons that she taught me. I'd like to begin with how I happened to meet Miss Carrie and give you guys a little bit of background so you guys can understand the woman that I was working with. I was about 3/4 of the way through my clinical rotation when I stepped down to the waiting room to greet a chipper 89-year-old woman. As I began setting up for her procedure, we began chatting. We talked about the careers that she had had, and there was two that stood out to me. The first was a position that she held for the majority of her life as someone who would go to different businesses and evaluate their employees and their management and the way that they work together, and then she would give ideas on how to make the connection better. Her skills were not cheap, and she boasted a near six-figure salary in the 1950s. But she was good at her job. The way, however, that she informed people of their deficiencies was not always subtle, as I would soon learn. The second job was one that I found interesting. She was a warden for California's women's prison for about a year, and it was a job that she did not intend to have, and they offered her it and she took it, which she said she was glad she did because she learned a lot and even got to meet the Manson girls. It would not be proper to continue my story without two mentions of other accomplishments. One, she believed that she had the ability to obtain a bachelor's degree. She had not attended any college, however. She went to the dean and said, "I want a bachelor's degree," and he said, "That's not how this works." She said, "I believe I have the skills. Will you please let me show you I have the skills so I can achieve this bachelor's?" So she let her test out on all of the different courses, and if she passed all of the tests with high enough scores, she would let her become a bachelor student. She passed the test with some of the highest scores the university had ever seen. A second mention I would like to bring up is one when her coworker told her that she was not smart enough to be part of Mensa, a organization that the coworker was a part of. She did not like being told no, so she went and applied for Mensa. A few weeks later, she got her acceptance letter in the mail, and she took it to her coworker's desk and placed it and said, "There you go." So now that you guys understand the type of person that Miss Carrie was, I would like to talk about the lesson that she taught me. Is there anything that you guys say that you don't realize you're saying, but you say it nearly every day? One thing that I said was, "I'm going to go ahead and." I said this 3 times in our meeting before she finally interrupted me and said, "You're going to go ahead and stop saying, 'I'm going to go ahead and.'" She said, "It makes you sound less intelligent than you are, so just say, 'I'm going to do this,' instead." She told me that I was a winner, and that was the only reason she was telling me, because she knew I would take it to heart and she knew I would listen. I have listened, and I said it another 2 times after she had mentioned that I was saying it. And it took me many weeks to finally phase the word out of my vocabulary, and I still catch myself saying it sometimes today. This is one lesson I learned from this accidental mentor, but it is one that will stick with me for the rest of my life. She taught me I am a winner, and if I view myself as such, that is what I will be. As I have shown you, even people who are in your life for a very short period of time can have a tremendous impact. You guys have gotten to slightly understand Miss Carrie and the message that she taught me. I have a challenge for everybody in the audience. I want you to find something that you say nearly every day that you might not realize you're saying, and I want you to go ahead and stop saying that. Thank you.